Okay, so we have opened the orange. So the first thing that we're going to click is we're going to click on a new workflow. So when you click on new workflow, this is what you actually get. So you can see that there are various palettes around here. There are data, transform, visualize, model, evaluate, and also unsupervised. So what we're actually going to do first is we're going to click on the data tab. Click on the data tab. Can you make it bigger? So is everyone click on the data tab? So we're going to click on file, the first one. So you can see if you bring your cursor on top this icon file, you say read data from an input file or network or send a data table to the output. So you can click on this. So once you click, you'll see that you'll have an icon. You see this file icon? Everyone managed to get here? Good. So when you click on this, when you double click on this, it'll open up this property window. So in this property window is where you're going to select the file. You're not going to use the URL. Is it clear? It's a bit blurred. Is that okay? Give feedback. Don't keep quiet. So here we're going to click on the browse icon and you're going to browse to that file, retail sales expanded with category. So click that and click open. Everyone managed to open that file? So when you open that file, you can see that here it'll actually give an info. Info means 100 instances. So you can see there are 100 instances means there are 100 rows. Is everyone okay? If any issues, let me know. So we all want to be in the same page. So you can see that file type, it automatically detects the type. You can see there are 100 instances. 100 instances means there are 100 rows. Then there are 7 features. That means they have 7 columns. The data has 7 columns. The data has no target variable. So what it means by target variable? So I'll explain to you shortly. I think when you download, you can actually see what are the column names. You have name, region, product, category, unit sold, revenue, sales category. These are the 7 columns, right? Everyone can see that? 7 columns. Then do you see there is the type? Date is the date time type. That means it shows in date time. Region is categorical. So if you actually try to open the, let me just open the file and show you. So you can see that the date is actually have a date time, right? Let's make it bigger. This is actually the 7 this thing. They have date, region, product, category, unit sold, revenue, sales category. Is that okay? So here, so it shows that the type, it automatically detects the type. What type of data is it? So it detects as date time. Region, why is it categorical? Because if you see in the data, it is not a continuous or discrete value. It's north, south, east, west. It's categorical data like that. So same thing with the phone and also the category. What you see and sales category. The unit sold and revenue is numbers, right? These are continuous numbers. So let's, yeah, correct, it's numeric. So you can see it's categorical, categorical, category. If you say, sometimes if you detect wrongly, so you can just click and you can just change it, the type. So currently it's correct, it's date time, categorical, product is categorical, category is categorical, unit sold is numeric, revenue is numeric, sales category is categorical. Yes. Daytime, then you can change it to daytime. Ada follow view. Ada kan? It's okay. You can actually keep it as text also, no problem. But whether it should detect as daytime, not sure why some is not detecting. And you can see that there is role and there's values. So sometimes when it mentions categorical, it shows the value. Oh, there are 4 categories: east, north, south, west. Can easy can. And you look at the data. Then product category, you see handbag B, jacket Z, laptop iPhone, sorry, phone X, and things like that. Category, you can see what are the values: accessories, electronics, fashion. Unit sold is numeric. This is numeric. Sales category, you see they have high sale and low sale. That means this data actually tells that which product has a high sale value, which product has a low sale value. Boleh faham? Okay, then come to this part of role. Now this part is important when you want to use machine learning to do prediction. So there are 2 aspects here. In your lab worksheet, there's the first one, which is what we call as the exploratory data analysis. That means you try to explore the data through visualization, right? So later, if we have time, we'll try to use also Google Looker Studio for us to try to come up with a simple display of how we can actually display, create your dashboard to display the data. So usually, as an IoT developer, all of you will develop that solution, right? Then from the solution, you'll collect the data. So in this case, I think you all are working on humidity sensor, for example, right? So you can actually have the humidity sensor. So those are all data. Maybe you collect more than one sensor, weather sensor and things like that. So those data you download into CSV. From that data, few things you can do. One, you can do exploratory data analytics. So which means exploratory data analysis. You want to explore the data by visualization to do some analysis. So let's say if you are getting some temperature data, when you draw it visually, you can see which day has high humidity, which day the temperature is high and things like that, right? Compared to seeing number, if you see visually, it's much more nicer for you to, right? So you can understand, oh, every day at 12 o'clock is very, very hot. But this month, almost every day is very, very hot. It's burning, right? The sun. Do you get the point? Then from there, you can also now apply AI or machine learning to make the prediction. How would the weather be tomorrow? Things like that. Is that okay? You get the idea? So usually we'll do, this lab is actually a simple exploratory data analysis, how you can actually use this tool to look at the data, and then how we can actually use a simple machine learning algorithm for us to make some prediction. Is that okay? So that's the line we're doing. So in order for us to do prediction, we actually have to assign the roles. So the machine learning algorithm, so you have features, the role, you have feature, you have target. So what it means is that this particular category is, let's say for example, from this data, you want to make prediction on which item will fall under the high sale category or low sale category. You want to make prediction. So in machine learning, you need to identify what is your target variable. So in this case, if you are interested in, I want to know if I put in all these product and categories and things like that, I want to know whether this product will fall under high sale or low sale category. So whenever you want to make prediction, what you need to do is you need to first identify what that you want to predict. Out of the 7 column, let's say you want to predict the product falls under which category. So the label, the column that you want to predict becomes your target variable for the machine learning, target variable. And all the others will known as feature. So in this case, is date an important feature to make the prediction? Nope. It's not really contributing much. So sometimes in machine learning, even though you have all the other features, not necessarily you must use all features for making prediction. So in machine learning, how it actually works is, let's see if I can work or not. So you always have your target, and here you have your features. Can see how this one can open the light. This is a simplified explanation. Later, when you take some other courses, you'll learn in detail. So, in machine learning, you actually define what are the various features and the target that you want to predict. So, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 rows. I'm just simplifying this. So, what you'll do is you'll take 3 rows to train the machine learning, and you keep. We don't do this usually. 3 row and 1 row is too small. But just to show example, 1 row to test the machine learning. So what actually happens is, before you give this data, this 1, 2, 3 rows of data to the machine learning, you have to define what are the features and what is the target. So what happens is, when you give these 3 rows to the machine learning, what machine learning will try to do is, it will try to develop a mathematical model to relate this one with this. So if you see, a simplest equation is y equals to mx plus c, right? This is an equation. This is a linear equation. So the model will try to find, so this is y is your target, right? Y is your target. X is your features. This m and c are some coefficients, right? So if you plug in the x value, will you be able to get the y? This one is secondary school maths, right? If you put in the x, will you be able to get y? That is because this is a linear equation. So the machine learning will try to develop an equation. This equation is the relationship between x and y. And this x is, multiplied with the slope plus with the intercept. So this is actually a relationship. This mathematical equation gives the behavior of a linear equation. So when you put in that x value, you will be able to get y. Are you able to follow? So likewise, all these features are, this is x1, x2, x3, x4, this is y. So when you give in the data, the machine learning will try to create an equation to match the feature with this target variable. Are you able to follow? So it will try to learn what is the relationship between the feature and this one. Feature and this one, feature and this one. So you use the 3 rows to train the machine learning model to come up with a mathematical equation. Is it okay? Now let's say you develop one equation ready. Then you use this 1 row to test. Is it correct or not? So here you already have, let's say this is y1, y2, y3, y4. You already have a y4 here. And you already have this x value. This is a different x value from this one. The machine learning was only trained with these 3 rows to develop this model, any equation. Then there's 1 row that the machine learning have not seen yet. So you use this 1 row to test whether the machine learning is able to predict correctly or not. So what happens? You use this x1, x2, x3, x4, you feed it into the equation. Then you'll get y right. Let's say you get y predicted. But you also have the actual y. So what you do, you take this y, you minus with this y, you try to get what's the percentage of error. If this y is very close to this y, what does it mean? It's very good, correct. That means the model is very good. It's able to relate the relationship with all this with the output. If this y predicted is very close to this value, that means your machine learning model accuracy is good. If the error is big, what does it mean? Your model is lousy. Actual y is, let's say value is 5, but your model gives 10. The difference is 5. It's big. Got the idea more or less? Any question? It's not as simple as this. I'm just giving a concept of how. So this is what we actually also going to try to do. Hold on now. Hi Naveen. Okay, thanks. Sorry, I'm in class. I'll call you back. I'll check and revert back. Okay, thanks, Naveen. Okay, bye. Sorry about that. So the model, do you understand the flow of how machine learning is? So the more data that you give, the better it will come up with an equation that represents the relationship between this one and this one. Then the rows that you didn't show or didn't train the machine learning, you use it to test. Each time you put in, you'll get the y value, it will check with the actual y. If it's very close, that means your prediction accuracy is good. This is how machine learning works. Okay? There's a lot of machine learning tools, but this is the principle. Simplified. So let's go back here. Let's go back to orange. So now for the sales category, if it's actually a role, if it's feature, make sure you change it to target. Is that okay? Then you see the date. Because the date has to be a feature for machine learning. So sometimes if your data have student ID, for example, student ID, will it contribute in any relationship? It's a unique identifier, right? So for this one, you can actually put skip. No, there's no point. Data, sometimes you have ID or identifier. For that, why you actually want to put into the, doesn't make any difference. So all the others are all features, like category, region, product, category, unit, sold, revenue. All this can be a useful feature for you to identify whether the sales category will be high or low. Is that okay? Then click the button apply. So once apply, if the button apply becomes not active, then you can just close. So it means it's already applied already. If you see the apply, you cannot click anymore. That means this is already has been applied. Then you can actually close. Is that okay? So sometimes if you want to view the data, you see there is this data table. Just now I showed you from the Excel, right? Excel. So let's say without opening the Excel, here itself you want to view. So you can use the data table. Here it's also under data. So if you click, it shows you view the data set in spreadsheet. So if you click this, data table will come and you just click and connect. No programming. Click and connect only. So if you double click, can you see it in the exact thing how you see in spreadsheet, right? Is that okay? So the one that you see in gray color, this is actually the target variable lah. That's why. This is just kalau lah, nothing more. Is that okay? This is for visualization purpose. Is there any snapshot that you need to do so far on? I think earlier you have to do a snapshot on this, right? On the file. I think this one got one snapshot. Can't remember. The table. Table, that means any lah. Get a table. So we will do later, then you take time. You can actually screenshot and put it in yours. This thing. Okay, so now for this, let's see. Let's look at visualize. What was the, let me open the file also. Lab 3. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so we have connected the data table. Okay, now we have already done the loading the data set into the file widget. We've already done that already. So next we're going to visualize the data set. Connect a data table widget. We already done that. Next, we want to connect a box plot. So box plot is here. Under visualization, you can see the box plot. So click on this. So you can actually connect the box plot. So for the box plot, what do you want to draw? You want to visualize revenue by region. You want to visualize revenue by region. So double click on this. So you can see that this one, the top one is actually the x-axis. The top one that you select variable is the x-axis. The bottom one is the y-axis. So you need to select revenue and then region. So you can see the north. This is actually a box plot which actually shows how is the sales they have been doing. So which region that you think has most revenue generated? So how do you actually read the box plot? So how do you read the box plot? So you see the box plot, this is the box plot, is actually in a horizontal layer. This is actually a square, and the center line that you see is the average. Here's the average. You see this one? For the first box plot, the center is the average. So the average revenue that the north makes is around 30,578 plus or minus 24,350. So this is the medium, this is the average range, and this is the minimum sale that they have done and this is the maximum sale that it has done. Are you able to see the box plot? Then you can see this is what we call as a whisker. Whisker, you know whisker? Cat has whiskers, right? You see there's a thin line, there's a dot here, then there's a thin line that goes here. So this one is what we call as the outliers. 1 or 2 sales have been here. 1 or 2 sales here, some sales are here, 1 or 2 sales are here. It's very low value. But most of the sales are within this range. So box plot shows you how the distribution of the sales data is like. Are you able to understand? The whiskers shows you, 1 or 2, which is like abnormal, very small value. This one, this is what we call as outlier, not fall within the majority of the data. There's one is also here, maybe one product they sell, which is very expensive, for example. So likewise for east also it gives you distribution, west it gives you distribution, and also south. So north people, so what can you deduce from here? Okay, exploratory data analysis means from visualization, what story can you tell? North, east, west, and south. What you can actually see from here? North region is the most sales, most revenue, highest revenue. Then what else? West is the least. West is the least. East is actually more. The smallest one is south, with an average of 24,000. That's the less. So let's say if you are a business owner and you're looking at this data, what insights do you think that it will help? So some of the question you can see, okay, North is doing well, continue, very nice. Why is it very successful? Is it because of the range of products, or is it the North people are more money, or is it the shop in a strategic location, or is the marketing marketing is actually very good? Then when you look at this thing, you can say, why South is not doing so well? What is the problem? Why? Maybe we need to do more promotion here on South, give more discounts. This is what we look at the insight from the data. So from here you can see which regions are doing good, which regions are not doing good. So what is the action item that you can take? Oh, South is not doing very well, so you can give more discounts, give more promotion. Okay, got it? So you try to, this is a rough idea on how we can actually do all these kind of things. So this one is one, you already have a box plot. Later you have to actually screenshot on this. Then what is the second one? You have to use the scatter plot to plot the unit sold and versus revenue. Unit sold versus revenue. So scatter plot is here. Then you can also connect multiple points. You can actually connect. So open the scatter plot. Scatter plot supposed to draw what? Unit sold versus revenue. So always remember the top one is y-axis. Unit sold is here. Here x-axis is revenue. This is unit sold. So revenue on the x-axis and unit sold. So the attribute is the color sales category. So you can see that most of the revenue comes from which category item? Dapat? Everyone got it? So from this chart, most of the revenue is from which category? Which sales category? Are you able to get? So the question is, which product category or sales category brings in the most revenue? See like your chart. Yeah, high sale is the one that's bringing in the most revenue, right? You can see there's a low sale here. It's all less than 10,000. But the high sale is a more sale. So if high sale category is doing good, then you can actually do more promotions and get more of inventory stock for the high sale items. Are you able to follow? So this is how you want to do some visualization, identification of all this. Is everyone doing this or not? Okay. So you have to do some screenshots later you do. There's some question here also. So you can actually look at that. So that is actually on the visualization, data visualization. So you can play around with a lot of things and try to get a lot of insights. That's part A. Later all the answer you do, then you can actually you submit. So for this lab report, everyone submit individually. Everyone submit individually. And please make sure don't copy answers, because if answers seem very, very easy to find out. So your own reflection. So let's see on part B, machine learning building, how we can actually build. So we have already prepared the data. We've already set the sales category as target. So we actually don't need to use the select columns, because we already set the sales category as target. But let's say if the sales category is not set as target, if it's as feature, then you need to use this select columns. Okay, so we are going to use a very famous machine learning model which is known as a decision tree. So decision tree is a very, so this one can close, later you can take the snapshot. So decision tree, that comes under the model. So you can see you have data. Earlier the select column comes under transform. So this select columns allows you to select which column that you want to set as target. But we have already done it here already. That's already target. So there's no need to do. Unless if this one is feature, then you can use a select column. So you don't have to do that. So under the model, there are a lot of machine learning models here. So we'll use the decision tree. Decision tree, why is it not coming? Okay, wait, so many here already. Let me just remove. So you have this decision tree. So decision tree is a machine learning model. What it will do is, remember earlier I mentioned you about this relationship. Decision tree is, it will do like a tree branch. So it will try to create branch based on the relationship. So whenever you have a new value that you put into the tree model, it will able to predict whether this product will go under high sale or low sale category. So that is the decision tree. So this is the model. So if we just click on this, this is by default, you can see what is the setting of the machine learning model. So you don't have to change anything now. These are the settings or parameters of this decision tree. So you don't have to change anything. So this is the model. So what we actually have to do earlier, we actually have to supply this to the model, right? So we can actually connect our file we connect to the model. Okay. Then in order for us to evaluate the models, you can click on evaluate. There is test and score. So you can click on test and score. Now this test and score you need to actually get two inputs. One is, you see the file here? The file data is passed to the model for the model to be trained. At the same time, the trained model need to be passed to the test and score. At the same time, remember that we are going to split the data into training and also the validation. So you also need to make one more connection here. So when you do one more connection here, what happens? When you do two connections like this, it will split automatically the data that you want to send to train to decision model. The balance of the data will keep. That's how we separated the 3 and 1. Right? So majority of the data will send to the decision tree to train the model. The balance that is not gone through the model will be used here to test. So after the model is trained, you see the learner. Now you try to evaluate the learner with the new data. So now if you double click, you see you get metrics. Sorry, you get these values. So you see evaluation results for target. There are two, you have target, right? High sale and low sale. So you have the high, what is the prediction for, okay. This one, CA. All these other metrics, if you are taking data analytics later point of time, you will learn what all this means. But I want you to focus on this one, CA. CA means classification accuracy. How accurate was your model able to predict when you give the X value? How well was it able to predict high sale or low sale correctly? So what is the value? For high sale, the prediction classification accuracy is 99%. 0.99 is 99%. Likewise, if you can check for low sale. Low sale also you have 99%. So sometimes in order for us to see in terms of number, sometimes not so easy. And you can also look at some other parameters like precision and also recall. If you see the value for high sale and also low sale, do you see the precision? Precision for low sale is 100%, but the recall is not 100%. Likewise, for high sale, the recall is 100%, the precision is 0.98. So what is this? How do we actually try to understand this? Is we can actually use what we call as another matrix which is known as confusion matrix. So let's try to apply this and you try to link this confusion matrix here. So the evaluation results will be plotted to the confusion matrix. So now when you actually open this, so now you have a better graph. So here you can see this confusion matrix has two. One, it has the actual value and predicted value. So listen carefully. There's a reason why this is known as confusion matrix, because if you don't understand, you'll get confused. Looks confusing. So look here, this is actual. So what it actually means is, under the target variable, there are only two categories, right? Which is high sale and low sale under the target variable. Everyone able to follow? If you see this confusion matrix, the diagonal one is the correct prediction. That means actual high is being predicted as high sale 71 times. 71 times is actually predicted correctly. Are you able to see this? The high sale actual, and this is predicted high sale, is able to predict as 71 times. Is that okay? But actual low sale, it is actually low sale, but it predicted as high sale one time. So this is a wrong prediction, right? So always the diagonal one like this diagonal shape is the correct prediction and the others are the wrong prediction. Now let us see the actual high sale. It is actually high sale. Did it predict as low sale or not? No. So that means it didn't predict the high scale wrongly. I mean the low scale were predicted correctly. For the actual low sale, did it predict correctly? Correct lah. Low sale it actually able to predict correctly. Actual low sale is 28. But it's supposed to be 29. But one time it predicted wrongly as high sale. But there is no wrong prediction for low sale. Meaning for low sale, it didn't wrongly predict as high sale. So that's why it's 0. So meaning that this model able to predict low sale more accurately compared to high sale. One of the high sale it has wrongly predicted as low sale. So this is how you want to actually interpret the confusion matrix. So if earlier if you saw, where is this? High sale, do you see the precision is 0.98? Why is it 0.98? It's because of one time it actually predicted wrongly, the precision. But if you see the low sale prediction, the precision is 1, meaning it precisely able to predict for the for the low sale. For the high sale, the precision, it is not so precise in predicting the high sale. How do you know? Now we just saw what? Low sale prediction correct, no wrong prediction. High sale, there's one time you predicted wrongly, right? So that's why you get the precision, you get 0.98 for the high precision. Is it okay? Any question that you have? So this is a very simple, this orange tool, you can actually use it. It's a very, very user-friendly kind of tool for you to visualize data and also try to actually apply machine learning. So all of you have not done machine learning, there's no coding required, but you can actually do this. Is that okay? Any question that you have? So there are some questions already here. Screenshot. The test and score widget, 10-fold cross validation, decision tree settings, test and score results, what is the model accuracy, which model is better, which feature might have helped the model the most. So this is something that you can actually try to search. Is that okay? Any questions so far? Okay, any question on that? So before you do the snapshot and things like that, I just want to show you another tool that you can actually use. We're going to use the same file only. We're going to use the same file. But can you all go to the website, you search for Google Looker Studio. Google Looker Studio. So it comes up with the first one. It's fun. Looker Studio. Everyone managed to get? So click on that and sign in. Yeah, it's free only. This Google Looker Studio is free. Have you all come to this page? So you can see there's already some template and things like that. You can create a very nice visualization. So this one, if you want to use for your, any project reports and things like that, it will be very useful. It's very nice visualization. It's actually free and very, very powerful as well. So we're gonna click on blank report. So click on the plus sign, which is a blank report. So it'll come to this prompt. We'll say add data to report. Is that all okay? When you actually click the plus sign, okay, I think it'll ask you your details, right? Your country and your name. So fill in first. Sorry, I already done that. So that's why it's not there for you. Company to right, University Tenaga Nasional. Unit 10. So you can put it as Unit 10. So agree. Yes. Down all yes, all yes. Then click back the plus sign again. Then only you'll see the page like how you're seeing on my screen. Right? It says add data to report. Is everyone here on this page? Not yet. Okay, good. Thank you for being responsive. So you can put Unit 10. Then after you click yes and things like that, again you'll go back the same page. So click back the plus sign, add reports. Okay, everyone see on this page? So here there are what we call as the connect to data. These are all Google connectors. There are a lot of tools that you can actually connect your data from. Online tools, Google Analytics and things like that. But we will be using the simple CSV file upload. We're just going to connect this our CSV file upload. So click on this and it'll ask to upload the file. So you click on this, then you upload back the same file as now. So it shows you the progress, uploading, processing. So this one is uploading new file. So one is uploaded already, then you will see this button add now. Then only the button add will be active. So you can, then you can click on add. Is there anyone stuck? Just raise your hand. It will come to this page after you've added. So you can see on this page untitled report. So you can actually give a name. This is retail sales report on the top here. You can just rename it. You can see your data here. The site already is showing. You have category, date, product, region, revenue, sales category, unit sold, record count. So you have all this thing, and it also shows you what type of data is it. So you can see on this blank, you see there's a free form layout. So you can click on free form layout. Yeah? You're lost. After upload, then you is scroll down. Scroll down. That's a CSV. Go up. CSV upload. Authorize. Choose your account and then you select the file. Scroll down and then you upload the file. Same file. CSV. Wait. Scroll down. Wait until you finish and upload. Then only this button will come. And click on free form layout. Click on free form layout. So everyone got it? Not yet. So this one, click and just drag it down. Click and just drag it down. So we want to make it like a nice dashboard. So there's a lot of things that you can actually add. So let's say if you go to the insert on top here, you can insert a lot of items, but if you scroll down, there is rectangle. Insert rectangle, then you can actually start drawing a rectangle. So this one just to create a dashboard lah. So okay, like this. So whatever item that you highlight, you can see the property, the side. So here you can change the color. Let's put a dark color. Okay, so you have something like this. Everyone done? Whatever color lah of your choice. So we also want to insert a text. So again, click on insert. Go down back. There is text. Jangan pilih nama sendiri. Boleh juga. Here you can actually put retail sales performance. Performance, spelling wrong. Performance. Okay. So you can highlight this and make it, change the font size. It's too big. Let's make it something 48. There, okay. So we'll adjust lah. You can adjust retail sales performance, and this one change the color and make it white. Okay, you can add your own whatever details that you actually have. Is that okay? Just hold on. Everyone done with the title? Yeah. So let us actually try to, of course, at a later point of time, you can actually explore. It's a lot of functions that you can actually explore here. So if you click on insert again, do you see that there is this, what is called as a scorecard? Scorecard. So if you click on it, so you can see, put it on top here. So whenever you put a scorecard, it automatically will try to put in some value here, record count or things like that. But you can change it. So currently it's showing the record count. So maybe you want to show what is the total revenue, for example. This is much more better, right? So you can increase for this revenue. So from your data, you're able to show the highlight scorecard. So you can actually select the revenue. So you can see currently it's a setup. You can actually also change the style. You can change the font size, make it bigger. Excuse me. So maybe we can put, okay, revenue is this much. Want to change the font color also can. So this is revenue. So if revenue, then maybe you can add another. So you can right click on this. You can see there's duplicate. Right click and duplicate. So you can duplicate. You can just drag, put it here. So maybe now you don't want revenue. Maybe you want to change as units sold. How many units were sold? 4,816 units were sold. So this one, if you want to change color, you can change unit sold. So you want your dashboard to actually show some very nice information, right? So that's why you can use a scorecard. It automatically will get and show you the value. Everyone okay up to this point? So we have added two scorecards. It shows the revenue and the unit sold. Is it okay? So next, when we are highlighting this one, the current table that has been highlighted, we can actually, this one, what we can actually do, maybe the region we can change to revenue, and this one you can change to category. Why is it not changing? Category. Not category or product. Hold on, I'm just trying to see why the product, and let's see revenue. So you can change the top one, product, and the second one is revenue. So we can see each product, what the metrics is revenue. Everyone managed to get that? So product and then revenue. And then we can actually click on the chart on top here, scroll down, we can change it to vertical bar chart. So we click on the bar chart, you can actually able to see this. So on top of the chart, So you can enlarge this. So did you all manage to get the chart? So later you can actually play with the style and things like that. So this is actually showing your retail sales performance. So let's say we want to actually add another chart. So let's say we want to add, we click on add a chart on top here. Then we can click on the pie chart. Just drop here. So here automatically it selects the product. So you can see in terms of the percentage of the product category. So automatically you can see, you know, for each item, what's the percentage of products that you actually have. Everyone managed to get this? Not yet. So for this pie chart, currently is highlighted, right? So if you go under the setup, scroll down, there is add a filter. There's add a filter. There down there, it's add a filter. So you click on add a filter. So you can see that include, you want to select a field. So filter by region. So select a condition. You want it to be equal to what value under the region? So let's say this is north. Okay, so this is north. You actually include the region equal to north. So you want to show, then you click on save. So it will show you the products category based on region. So here you can actually insert text. So you can put northern region. Northern region. So you can actually put the northern region here. It's the northern region. So you can actually also duplicate pie chart. So bring it down. It's not showing. Add page. Oops, sorry. Okay, never mind. Very good. This is the northern region. Make it a bit small. So this one I can put it here. So the second chart, maybe we change the, you already add the region filter, so you just click on edit. So this one maybe instead of north, south, for example. Okay, both are showing the same thing. down. Let me try to let's say you want to add another chart and see. This one's region. Let's add filter. Let's create a filter. Region go to south. Sorry, this is dimensions, not region. Okay, so you add another chart and create another filter for the other chart. So this will show the southern region. So this one, the text you can duplicate. This is the southern region. So the best part about this chart is if you click any particular item, see it actually will be interactive, responsive. So for example, if you click one item, it will show you in terms of revenue, and it also will show you in southern region of the phone why. So you can see southern region, the percentage is different. So you're able to see the revenue. Ya,
Yang pie chart tu sebab revenue tak?
pie chart yang bawah ni. Ini buat on product category.
Oh, betul.
Tapi apply different filter. So southern region punya ni, this product is only for the southern region. So you see that the northern region tak ada jacket Z. You see the item jacket Z is not available in northern region. Southern region ada jacket Z. So this is the most selling product in southern region. So from here you can see that here the most money they make is actually from phone X. Here the most money they make is from jacket Z. Jacket Z is not so expensive compared to the phone. So that is also explains why the northern region's income is actually more than the southern region. So you can see here what are the items that they actually sell, how many they actually sell. Yeah.